Hello, everyone. If you can hear me, just type hi or say hashtag live. Just making sure if there are no sound glitches or anything like that. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from. My name is Adil, and I welcome you to another exciting episode of Tuesday Treat. If you can hear me, I just want you to type hi say or type hashtag live. Like I said, this is episode 16 of Tuesday Treat. I have another very amazing expert with us and who will be sharing something which is actually very crucial for the audience of this show. The audience of this show are coaches and consultants, and especially those coaches and consultants who have courses that they offer or who are planning to go and start offering their courses. So I'm sure they're gonna really benefit from meeting our guest tonight. And let's not waste time. Let me just invite my guest. And she believes that just because your business is online, that it doesn't mean you shouldn't have a customer support team. And she is an entrepreneur for almost 2 years now, and she's providing top-notch customer service in business. And this is something she truly loves doing, and it's not a job for her, it's her passion. Please let me add to the stream and please welcome Miss Akilah Love. Hey Akilah, can you hear me?
I can hear
Hi.
you. Hi. Hello.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thanks for having me. Thanks.
Yeah. And no, I understand. I mean, this is something, I mean, I'm really grateful for all my guests. I mean, they have very busy schedule, and it's like, I mean, I'm really thankful that always in their busy schedule, they do take time out for this. So it's like, I really appreciate that.
No problem. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. So welcome to the Tuesday Treat, and this is a live where we invite experts who are providing their services to coaches and consultants. And I believe you are providing a very important service to coaches and consultants. So before I just jump right in, I want you to share a bit about yourself and then tell us what do you do.
So, a little bit about myself. I've been into the entrepreneur journey for 2 years now. The way I got into this journey, I did have a 9 to 5 job. I worked for a cosmetic company, and it was time for promotion. I told I was going to get the promotion. I didn't get the promotion. So I said, either I go back to school, and I saw something online how I could take all my knowledge and everything that I do that I've learned with all the 20 plus years of customer service and all the other things I've done. I could take that and do it online. So actually, for the last 2 years, I've been on my entrepreneur journey. It started off crazy. I worked for somebody. It ended up being a scam. That's another story. So
Wow.
yeah, that was a crazy story. It was a scam. Somebody said she was going to. It was her assistant, and we were going to. It was for women to help women, and we had 50 different speakers involved in all of this. And come to find out, the whole thing was a scam after tickets were being sold. So then,
Wow.
as your journey, when you start off as an entrepreneur, you see, because you're going to do this or you're going to do this. And I've always believed customer service, but I was always told you can't make money doing customer service online. So I dabbled in other things, and then finally, as of last year, last summer, I was like, no, I'm going to go forward customer service. You can do something that covers customer service online. So I started the Influencer Assist, and I call myself as a client concierge. Because think about it, when you go to Nordstrom, you go to Bloomingdale's, they have that high touch service. They have somebody that helps you find clothes. They help you do this, just different things they help you with. So why can't we do it in an online space? So I call it client concierge service, and that's what I do. I provide top notch service, client concierge, to customers who offer high ticket programs.
Hmm. Nice, interesting, and it's amazing. I think because, like you mentioned, that you started 2 years ago, and the first project or first client you worked with was a scam, And I think that was a challenge in itself. And I think soon after that, the next year, it's COVID and the pandemic and all the challenges because of that. So it must be one hell of a journey for you.
Oh, it's a crazy journey. It's a journey, all right.
Yeah, interesting, interesting. So, so let me just move to my next question, which is like, I mean, how, I mean, coaches can benefit from your service. You said that you provide these services to coaches. So, can you share a bit about that?
The way it is that for my type of service, as a coach, a lot of your business is word of mouth. I mean, yes, you can
Mm-hmm.
do lead gen work, but a lot of it's word of mouth. So what happens is people join these programs, they pay 20, 30, $40,000 to be part of these programs. Well, when you're a
Mm-hmm.
part of these programs, you're expecting some type of service. You're expecting somebody to treat you just a certain way because you're paying a lot of money. And a lot of people, what they do is they say, "Oh, I automate my onboarding process. All the information's there for them, and then they'll do what they got to do." What I've learned, everybody doesn't read those emails.
Yeah.
Everybody is not reading those emails. So what I do is like, okay, they're not reading the emails, and then they get mad later. Says, "You didn't send me that email, or you didn't tell me to do this." It's in the email, but a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are not reading that email. So what I do is I provide a service where part of it is onboarding. We jump on a Zoom call and I walk them through the onboarding process. I introduce them to the coaches who they're because a lot of these programs have multiple coaches. I help them the next step in the way. I just welcome them into the programs. And the way the coaches are benefiting is one, they don't have to do it. Two, that's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that's off their plate. And the other way they're benefiting from it is that they're being known that they provide good service. Everybody wants to know how they provide good service. So if somebody asks, "Hey, how does so and so treat you? How are you in this program?" They're going to discuss and talk about all the good things of how they were treated in the program. They're going to discuss, you know what, they did this. It's the little things that
Yeah.
count. So it's just the little things that you do for them that counts. And a lot of people's like, "Oh, well, having a client concierge in my business, that's more money I got to spend." Okay, yes, it is more money you have to spend, but this is the thing. You're not in touch with all of your clients when they're in these programs. So as a client
Yeah.
concierge, what I do is I do weekly check-ins with your clients when they're in these programs. So with the weekly check-ins that I do, I'm able to understand where your clients are at. Because when somebody joins these $36,000 programs, after making 2 or 3 payments, they're done. They will stop
Mm-hmm.
making payments. They will drop out of that program. And then you as a coach are like, "Wait a minute, I thought everything was okay. Why are you jumping out of this program? What happened?" Like I'm not understanding. But then me as the client concierge in the business, I will understand or know why, or I will stop it because with somebody checking in, it's like, okay, I signed up for this program. I'm gonna get my homework done. I'm gonna get whatever I have to be done. And that's client retention because
Mm-hmm.
you are going to keep paying. So that client's going
Yeah.
to keep paying. So if that client continues to pay, you're still getting paid. So that's how they're benefiting from it. Is just they're known for having top-notch customer service in their business. Their clients know that they're going to be taken care of, and that's what they're going to rely and relate to other people. You know, somebody asks, and they go say, "Yeah, they took care of me," and that's what people want to know when they spend. One, you want to know you're going to get the results, but two, you want to also want to know I was taken care of.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I've been in this space for 10 years. I've been working with coaches and consultants, and I for sure agree that accountability is very important. I think without that, usually it's very difficult for I mean people to stay on track, and it's something that is very important even for coaches to make sure that their programs are successful. So I totally get that. But something you mentioned, I mean, while sharing all this, I mean, you mentioned few price points. So, is there any specific price point that you have? I mean, for your clients to, if for those who you work with, or it's like, I mean, it could be anyone who's offering courses, or they have to be at a certain price range.
For me, for my clients, I start with 10,000 and up. So if their price plan is
Okay.
between $10,000 and up, that's where I start working with them.
Okay. And is there any specific duration that they should have, or I mean, what's the duration of these courses?
Some of these courses are between 6 months to a year. programs.
Okay.
So some of the coaches have 6 month programs, and other coaches have 1 year programs.
Yeah. That's okay. That's great. So it's about like, I mean, it's 10,000 or more courses that are 10,000 or more, and it has to be 6 months to 1 year in between that time period. So that's good.
Mhm.
And do you provide your services globally, or it's for United States only? I mean, how that works?
It's all globally. Doesn't matter. We're all done virtually. It's all
Yeah.
done virtually because everything is done on Zoom. So like the onboarding process, Zoom. The weekly
Yeah. That
check-ins, it's
they're all
email.
online.
Yeah. So like when I do the weekly check-ins with the clients, it's done by email. But if they need to
Mhm.
jump on the call, Zoom. So it doesn't
Yeah.
matter where they're from. It's just Zoom.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, yeah, and also, I mean, it's you really, I mean, it's like, I mean, any coach with a course, they are selling it to anyone, anywhere I mean, anywhere all over the world. So it's like, as long as they have a very stable internet connection and they can get online, I think you can fairly have this conversation with. One question that is in my mind, so I just wanted to ask to make sure if anybody's thinking like that. So probably you can educate us on that as well. How what you do is different from a VA.
The difference between myself and a virtual assistant is basically this is my passion, or this is only the sole thing that I work on. So most of the times, if you hire a virtual assistant, your virtual assistant says they could do this, they could do this, they could do this, and then this, and it's just a long laundry
Yeah.
list of different things a virtual assistant can do. But no,
Mhm.
my whole thing is I only deal client concierge customer support service, and then a lot of people they call it. As I look it up online, a lot of people call it a client success manager or a client support manager,
Mhm.
which is basically your whole goal is only to work with the clients. I'm not doing admin tasks for you. I'm not doing other tech things for you. No, my sole goal is to deal with your clients. And if you want to look up, I call it client concierge. I just like the word.
Yeah.
But if you really look it up, a lot of people hire on this and they call it client success manager. And that's their total because you want the client success. So I'm managing their
Yeah.
client success. So it's
Yeah.
completely different as a virtual assistant because that's what I do it as. Well, you could just hire a VA for it. Yes, but when you hire a virtual assistant for it, you want that virtual assistant to do multiple jobs for you.
Yeah.
My job is just high touch customer service for you.
It's like you have more specialized and more focused service that you're providing. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. So now moving on to the final and my most favorite part. I mean, this is one of those shows where we invite guests and we very politely don't offer them anything as gift or treat, but instead we ask them to bring us any treat or any gift for our audience. So do you have any treat for our audience?
Yes, I have a lead magnet that I created because also part of the client concierge service that I've been doing is I do masterminds. We provide service for masterminds. And yes, there's COVID, but I have clients that I actually still been doing masterminds. We stay safe, but we've done masterminds. So what happens at these masterminds is we'll do and then in a house. Last one we held was in Florida in a 15-bedroom house. Well, what a lot of people don't know is when you do some of these Airbnbs and these big houses that has 15, 16-bedroom homes, you
Mhm.
don't know what to bring. Two, you think the house is going to have toilet paper, shampoo. No, these houses are empty. You get furniture, a couple of pots and pans, and that's it. So on my list that I'm providing is just a list that because it's like when you're putting a mastermind together, you're like, okay, I need to do this. You just your mind is just going crazy of so many different things that you feel like you need to bring. But I created this checklist that says different little things for you to check off of what should to bring. Yes, you need to bring toilet tissue, shampoo, conditioner, just some of the basic essentials that you would think a house would come with, but they don't. And it is just some other things just to help you along the way. It just puts your mind at ease of okay, if I check this off, this is what I should bring to my event. Because a lot of places are opening up. People want to host masterminds. And this is some of the things that I've noticed that when we stay in these houses that there's a lot of stuff that's not in there that kind of surprises you. But this just helps you along the way of what you should bring when you have a mastermind event.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing because there are so many little things that you often don't pay attention before. And you really realize their importance when you don't have these and they are started, affecting your program. So I think it will be interesting. I do have a link over here that I can share, but I will request you because this is a live that is streaming on Facebook as well. So I would really request you to share a link over there with your contact details so that those who want to reach out to you they can reach out to you uh, over there. But do
I
check if
will.
this link is correct.
It should be. Yeah, I'll post it in the comments after.
Yeah, yeah, that'll be awesome. What I'll do is I'll tag you over there, and then you can share the link, or even we'll see. You have the link, you and I have the link, so I can do that as well. So, any parting thoughts?
For me, just basically, if you have if you're offering programs that are 10,000 and up, just think about it. Kind of think about how you want to be treated when you join some of these programs that were $36,000. What did you like about it, and what did you not like about it? And basically, that's a lot of it comes down to how you were treated in the program. That's basically what makes a difference in the program. How were you treated? Were you just treated as a money? Like, oh, thank you for your money. Watch these videos, or, how do you want to be treated in some of these programs? And that's
Yeah.
where it's like client concierge comes in, because it's like it just provides that support that your clients. And then what I tell people is I end up being your client's friends. We become friends, and then that
That
helps along
happens.
the way too. So I end up becoming the client's friends, and it's so much easier for me to connect with them and understand what they're going through. Like, we had an issue with one client. She was going through some issues after she joined the program, and she was ready to back out. But with me understanding what's going on, I relate that information, like, and say, okay, this is what's going on. We were able to keep her in the program. So it's like there's a
Yeah.
lot of information that I'm able to get out of the client that maybe you won't, because they think of you as a certain level. But with that connection I made with the client, we're able to talk. I'm able to understand them. I understand where your clients are through the whole process. So yeah, just when you offer those $20,000, $36,000 programs, just think about, how do you want your clients to be treated? How do
Yeah.
you want them to think of you? Because remember, word of mouth spreads. Word of mouth can also kill your business, especially if it's bad information. So while somebody says, it's like, oh, I joined so-and-so's program, is amazing. They did this for me. They did this for me. Then that friend is like, oh, I want to join. But then if somebody says, oh, I did this and they never got back to me, they never answered any of my questions, you're going, oh no, we're not going to go join their program. So just like when you offer these programs, just how do you want your clients to be treated? What do you want to be known for? Yes, you make the money, but what else? Because word of mouth spreads fast, and how you treat others will also spread even faster.
Yeah, I totally agree, and it's amazing. We've all been there. I've attended so many courses myself, and I know it gets difficult when you are doing it. But I think that extra push or that extra support or a helping hand, if you have that, it will really make a world of difference to make sure that you actually complete that. And often you with that sort of support, you can actually get to start implementing what you're learning in that course. So it really is important. So I will really request my guests or audience of this show to actually reach out to her and have a conversation around that if you have a course, or just talk about how some of the case studies that like she just shared one. So I think that will give you an idea, and that for sure I've had these conversations with so many coaches who have courses. They've said, it's really difficult knowing why a person is not participating or what is actually not working out in the course. So having such a support system over there who is actually becoming a friend of your client and can get out so much of input and feedback from them is really beneficial. Uh, Thank you so much, for your time, and I really appreciate all the insights and what you've shared about your journey. And to my audience, don't forget to tune in next week on Tuesday. I have another amazing expert coming in. So we'll see you next week. Bye bye. Have a nice evening.
Bye.